And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquava, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Roster Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and on livinginblack.com. My name is Kedia Wado, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 7 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you to deal with a broad spectrum of activities related to human development. Today's date is Monday, the 31st of March, 2025 in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. We use Mondays and Tuesdays, I use Mondays and Tuesdays here on the Conscious Roster Report to further my writing. I am on a writing binge right now, an book authorship binge, leaving a legacy. And a legacy I hope that you agree is a critically needed legacy. Today, we are returning to the themes of the book, A Year Against Cancer with Living Superfood Solutions. And again, this follows by just early December, I published this book, Living Superfood Solutions, Dietary Strategies to Prevent and Reverse Common Chronic Diseases. Yes, I want to be known as an international expert on the subject of clinical nutrition, nutritional healing, and life extending, or a life extension, healthy lifespan, using food. You've heard me say many times, my listeners and readers to the daily webcast have heard me say hundreds of times that food is nature's most perfect medicine. I'll say it twice. Food is nature's most perfect medicine. Properly grown, prepared, stored, and seasoned. Food prevents, treats, and reverses a broad spectrum of acute and chronic diseases. To the contrary, dietary practices are the leading cause of metabolic syndrome and cardiovascular diseases. Food can be a perfect companion or a harmful adversary. Food is nature's most perfect medicine. It can be a perfect companion, perfect medicine, or a harmful adversary that battles you every day, all day long, for years and years and years at a time, depending on which side of this you are on. So that's the theme we're going to be talking about today. And I want to be your friend. I want to be your coach. I want to be your guide. I want to be in your world, helping you to manifest the absolute greatest possible nutritional lifestyle that you can intellectually support. So that's what we are about today. I hope you find this to be fascinating, to be interesting. Wherever you're at, if you get a chance, can you just check in, say a word, say greetings to your brother? I love that. I appreciate that. If you are on our Rumble page, which is our main broadcasting site now, we'd love to hear from you. I am broadcasting today on the secondary YouTube page as well. We are up on YouNow, and always it is a pleasure to be with our YouNow family. Got the most love and respect for you. It's been growing, and I appreciate love that. I do see a few people. Texas Bandito regularly checks in on us. I see you in the house inviting all of his fans to join us as well. So that's maximum respect. I receive your respect, and I return that respect to you, dear brother Texas Bandito. And we are, of course, broadcasting on the TuneIn app. The audio stream is LIV Radio on the TuneIn app. So Facebook Live, YouTube, YouNow, Rumble, TuneIn, wherever you are, that's where I want to be. Let us go forward into today's conversation. I've been working on the book quite a bit. Let's go to the book. I'm going to go to chapter 5. And again, I've written more than 5 chapters. These are a little out of sequence, but chapter 5, I had to place this in order to tell the book narrative from the introduction to the background to our qualifications to solve this problem, and then start to go in breaking down the nature of the problem. Let me just give you a few of the chapters up to now to let you know where we're at. Chapter 1 is entitled The Cancer Paradox. Chapter 2, Cancer in World History. That's a very, very interesting chapter, if you ask me. Chapter 3, America's Cancer Problem. Chapter 4, Pharmaceutical Drug, no, a vast spectrum. Oh, these are, I took the chapter number off of some of these, so there are more chapters. The next chapter, a vast spectrum of environmental stressors. The next chapter was pharmaceutical drugs exposed as carcinogenic risk. That was a very important chapter. The next, what was listed as chapter 4, what causes cancer, and that brings us to today, nutrition and cancer risk reduction. So when we talked about what causes cancer, where there was undeniably a strong, strong link to nutrition. So we're breaking that further down today, or elevating that further. Chapter 5, not chapter 5, probably about chapter 8. Nutrition and cancer risk reduction. I begin each chapter with a quote, a powerful, empowering quote. This one comes to us from, actually have 2 quotes for today. The first one is from the book, The Gerson Therapy by Charlotte Gerson and Morton Walker. Almost every healthcare professional and most medical consumers now know that the cause of over 70% of malignancies is in some way related to what we eat. Denatured food, in fact, is the main source of breast and colorectal cancer, as well as of lung cancer in non-smokers. Every year, more medical and scientific evidence accumulates, revealing that what we take in as food has tremendous influence on whether we will develop cancer and whether we can cure it once malignant disease symptoms arise. Again, Charlotte Gerson, Morton Walker, in the book, The Gerson Therapy. A second quote that I have is very relevant to this chapter. This written by Elaine Edwards, January 2015 in Organic Lifestyle magazine, wrote, and I quote, "Do not underestimate the miraculous healing properties of whole, raw, fresh, organic, uncooked, unadulterated produce. Believe it or not, it's the foundation of almost all of the best remedies for ailments, and is the only path to true health. Eat a wide variety of raw produce every day. Cooked produce has benefits, but raw produce heals. Make big salads every day with lots of produce. Make sure that 80% of your diet is raw produce. I can't stress it enough." Elaine Edwards, not Elaine, but Elaine Edwards, in Organic Lifestyle magazine, January 2015. Wow, that's pretty charged up instructions. And I do take these completely seriously. So let's go forward. The first subchapter is entitled Food Can Be Both a Friend and a Foe. And real quickly, just setting up so anyone commenting, you will not be excluded. I love the feedback from you, our listening audience, and I like acknowledging you. The sound of your voice coming off of my tongue should be magical to your ears, just as this is the sound of my voice coming off of your tongue or being written by your fingers. Food can be both a friend and a foe. My readers and listeners to my daily webcast have heard me proclaim hundreds of times that food is nature's most perfect medicine. Properly grown, prepared, stored, and seasoned, food prevents, treats, and reverses a broad spectrum of acute and chronic diseases. To the contrary, dietary practices are the leading cause of metabolic syndrome and cardiovascular diseases. Food can be a perfect companion or a harmful adversary. To properly appreciate the many benefits of food as medicine, one must fully understand the concept of full spectrum nutrition. And let me just italicize that. Bear with me today. I will be editing on the new book as I am writing the new book. This is how I'm able to efficiently get things done. I'm not going to spend too much time editing. Our bodies need a spectrum of 8 classes of nutrients that are accessed by dietary intake. Suppose we regularly incorporate all 8 of these classes of nutrients from high quality sources. In that case, we can maintain homeostasis, that perfect balanced state of health, which should be the natural inheritance of every member of this human family. To enjoy healthy, vital living, we must regularly consume hydration, vitamins, minerals, amino acids from protein, carbohydrates, essential fatty acids, active enzymes, and fiber. Certain foods, especially superfoods, supply multiple or all of these 8 classes of key nutrients. Unfortunately, within the common dietary standard most consumed within the United States and other wealthy nations, these nutrients are often compromised by several toxic processes. Next subchapter, cooking and processing adulterate food integrity. I have indulged in many aspects of biochemistry for 50 years. For almost 40 of those years, I've continued to refine my personal dietary regimen. One of the many valuable lessons along the way is how natural foods are cooked or processed, which has a powerful impact on the integrity of the nutrition. There are so many nuances to this problem of food preparation that it can easily seem overwhelming, especially among that segment of the population that is reluctant to make adaptive changes toward improving nutrition and lessening the burdens of disease and disorder. Some of these food preparation errors are easily understood and for which we are constantly warned across a spectrum of advocacy agencies and mass media. We are constantly reminded of the problems of excessive salt in the diet, in the standard American diet, and its health consequences. Quote, but iodized salt presents a new problem. Salt is a damaging and deadly chemical. Dr. Gerson found that the beginning of all chronic disease is marked by the loss of potassium from the cell and the invasion of sodium chloride, the flavoring chemical compound that comprises salt. Salt inhibits enzyme production at the cellular level. Let me repeat, salt inhibits enzyme production at the cellular level. Furthermore, salt promotes excessive cellular mitosis, cell division. In other words, it promotes cancer. Obviously, we must avoid taking in salt and must obtain the body's needed iodine from other sources. That quote was from The Gerson Therapy by Charlotte Gerson, pages 187 and 188. Along the same line of warnings about the high amounts of salt, sugar, and saturated fats, against we are continuously reminded, there is a long list of cautions about food preparation that I have investigated for half a century. The list includes, but is not limited to, number one, cooking methods, boiling, water-soluble vitamins, example given B vitamins, vitamin C, can leach into cooking water, leading to nutrient loss. Minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium can be lost in water or fat during cooking. Under cooking methods, water-soluble vitamin loss. Water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and B are lost in water during cooking, especially if the water is discarded. See, in Grandma's day, they used to call that the pot liquor, that green liquid left over after boiling the life out of your greens, pot liquor. And the pot liquor was considered to be very healthy as long as it didn't have that floating in it, that fat from pork, which is very, very toxic. Yeah, Grandmama was right about so many things. Give that baby that pot liquor. Under cooking, fat-soluble vitamin loss. Fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K are lost in fat during cooking, especially if the fat is discarded, and the fat should be discarded. Frying, high temperature, can degrade certain nutrients, increase unhealthy fat content, and form harmful compounds. Grilling and barbecuing. High heat destroys some vitamins and may also produce harmful substances such as heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polyaromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both of which are known to be carcinogenic. Are known carcinogens, which means cancer causing. Microwaving. While it can preserve nutrients better than some methods, microwaving still leads to nutritional compromise. It can provoke fire hazards and is generally avoided by knowledgeable natural health advocates. Uneven heating from microwaving may leave some parts overcooked, reducing nutritional profiles for certain heat-sensitive vitamins. And steaming. We're still under category 1 of cooking methods, steaming. Although generally better for nutrient retention, overcooking can lead to nutrient losses. Category 2 of the many ways that food is compromised: temperature and time. Point A, enzyme inhibition. Heat can inhibit enzymes necessary for nutrient absorption and utilization. And in the living superfood regime, enzymes, intact active enzymes in the food is the main benefit of eating raw produce. No doubt, no doubt. It's them enzymes, y'all. But it's one of many benefits. Point 2, heat-induced nutrient loss. Heat can destroy or denature sensitive nutrients like vitamins C and B, proteins and enzymes. Temperature and time, we're talking about overcooking. Prolonged cooking times destroy heat-sensitive vitamins and phytonutrients. High temperatures, cooking at excessively high temperatures, can lead to the breakdown of essential nutrients and the formation of toxic compounds like acrylamides. This is sometimes referred to as the Maillard reaction, a chemical reaction between amino acids and sugars that occurs during cooking, leading to the formation of these new compounds with known health risks. We're talking about acrylamides. We're talking about advanced glycation end products, caramelization. Oh, it's quite problematic. Glycation. Glycation is the attachment of sugar molecules to proteins or lipids, which can lead to the formation of dangerous advanced glycation end products, AGEs, associated with oxidative stress and inflammation. Oxidation. Heat can cause the oxidation of fatty acids, leading to the formation of unhealthy compounds like aldehydes and ketones. And undercooking. This can compromise digestion and absorption of nutrients from raw foods that need heat to release bioactive compounds. Undercooking can also allow pathogenic bacteria and parasites to enter the digestive system, triggering various disorders and diseases. Category 3 of our list of food preparation methodologies, food processing. Point A, refining grains. Milling removes the bran and germ, stripping away fiber, vitamins such as vitamins B or B vitamins, and minerals. Grinding and milling. Excessive processing damages enzymes and antioxidant compounds in seeds and grains. Canning. While it can preserve food, the canning process can lead to the loss of heat-sensitive nutrients as well as and introduce carcinogenic compounds such as BPH. BPH. The lining of the cans. Next point, freezing. While generally preserving nutrients well, the blanching process before freezing can lead to some nutrient loss and enzyme compromise as well, and loss of bioactive compounds. Processing can lead to the loss of bioactive compounds like polyphenols, flavonoids, and carotenoids that have great health benefits. Number 4, preparation techniques. Peeling. Removing skins can eliminate fiber and nutrients found in the skin of fruits and vegetables. Loss of fiber. Excessive processing can lead to the loss of fiber, which is essential for healthy digestion and gut function. Chopping and grating. Increased surface area can lead to faster nutrient degradation due to exposure to air and light. The smaller pieces expose it to oxygenation, leading to the compromise of vitamins like C, A, and E. Soaking. While it can reduce anti-nutrients such as protease inhibitors and pesticides, excessive soaking can also lead to loss of water-soluble nutrients. Category 5, food and chemical additives. Point A, preservatives. Some preservatives can interact with nutrients, potentially reducing their availability, and also can serve as point 2, excitotoxins. Certain common food additives like colorings, preservatives, chemical sweeteners, and flavorings, are known to overly excite the neurological system, causing parts of the brain to become overstimulated, resulting in conditions like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and cognitive impairment. Acidic ingredients. Adding vinegar or citrus can enhance flavor, but may also affect the stability of certain vitamins. Category 6 storage conditions. Spoilage. Food spoilage compromises nutritional integrity by reducing the availability of essential nutrients, leading to food waste, economic losses, and potential health risks, ultimately affecting individual and community well-being. Under storage conditions, light exposure. Nutrients like vitamin A and riboflavin can degrade when exposed to light. Temperature fluctuations. Improper storage can lead to spoilage and nutrient loss. Refrigeration. Prolonged refrigeration can diminish freshness and nutrient content over time. Freezing. Flash freezing can preserve nutrients, but slow freezing may result in slight nutrient degradation. Canning, we mentioned that earlier, high temperatures used in canning processes degrade heat-sensitive nutrients. Drying, dehydration, concentrates certain nutrients, but may lead to the loss of others, like vitamin C. Humidity. High humidity can promote mold growth and spoilage, affecting nutrient integrity and promoting the development of potentially dangerous bacteria and fungi. And again, in talking about storage, we're talking about aging. Nutritional quality will decline over time, especially regarding produce. And plastic or foil containers, these used during heating, can leach chemicals like BPA, compromising food integrity. Very, very important point. 1 second here. Let me go back up, and we're talking about preservation techniques, canning, such as BPH. I meant to say BPA. Let me push that there in place. Make sure that's correct. BPH is in plastics, but I'm talking about the lining of cans. We're going forward. We were talking about plastics or foil containers. These used during heating can leach chemicals like BPA, compromising food integrity. Number 7 of our broad set of categories: food combining and food pairing. Point A, acidity and acid reflux. Certain combinations, like proteins with starches, may increase acidity and trigger acid reflux. What is was it GERD? I can't. Gastric esophageal reflux disease, GERD. GERD. Have to complete these associations in our head, so those of us in dealing with the doctors and the medicine don't get confused when they change their terminology around. Immune system stress. We're talking about food combining and pairing. Wrong combinations might weaken the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to diseases. Point 3, digestive problems. Combining foods that require different digestive environments, such as acidic versus alkaline, can cause bloating, gas, indigestion, and exhaustion. Whew, you do get exhausted from it's exhausting. It's problematic. Incompatible combinations. Certain food combinations can inhibit nutrient absorption. Example given, calcium and iron. Some ingredients can inhibit the absorption of nutrients, such as phytates in grains can inhibit mineral absorption. Excessive salt or sugar. High levels can lead to health issues and may mask the natural flavors of nutrient-rich foods. Excessive salt and sugar. Also, under this food combination, nutritional imbalance, poor food pairing may hinder nutrient absorption, leading to deficiencies. Poor food combinations may increase the risk of developing conditions like diabetes, acid reflux, irritable bowel syndrome, and obesity. Toxin buildup. We're talking about food combining. Some proponents believe improper combinations can lead to toxin accumulation in the body. As well, using aluminum or copper cookware can lead to leaching of metals into food, potentially affecting nutrient absorption and resulting in neurological disruptions. Category 8, other toxic food preparation concerns. Ideally, we should be aware of many factors that impair the integrity of our food, including the quality of water we cook with, serving methods, fermentation, which can be harmful or beneficial in different circumstances, nutrient interactions with cooking utensils such as aluminum, Teflon, and copper, and excessive processing of what might otherwise be healthy food stuffs. So there's a lot of things to be concerned about, people. I don't mean to be overwhelming you, but you can see we're going to have to be paying attention to this. Anybody in the house today? Can I get you to hit the like button? I do see you in the house. I do see a couple other people have hit the like button, but we want to make sure that you find this to be practical, to be informative, inspiring, and even exciting. I get informed, I get excited, I'm inspired, and I'm on a roll. Today is, what day is it? We started the detox fast on the 20th of March, and today is the 31st of March. So today is day 11 of the vernal equinox detox fast. I will be doing 28 days, so day 11 going into just halfway, nearly halfway through it, but I'm feeling great. I'm about to, the next phase I'm kicking in right now. Actually, I have to do my spring olive oil flush. I'll probably do it tomorrow, where I drink 8 ounces of extra light virgin olive oil, along with 6 capsules of my favorite herbal laxative, Cascara Sagrada. I'll probably take about 4 capsules. Plus, I'll flush that with some prune juice, and then you have to suck on some citric acid. Otherwise, that olive oil, it can be nauseating. So you have to suppress that with, I'll use lime juice to do that. But I do it twice a year, and it keeps me healthy, wonderful, and clean. I don't have any concerns about colon polyps. I don't have any concerns. I don't have any worries at all about stomach cancer or colorectal disease. Resetting my body like this makes me feel brand new and energetic. It increases nutrient absorption quite significantly, allowing me to do these superhuman physical feats that a person my age is not expected to do. But you do see supreme examples of people well into their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond who are strong physical beings. I plan on doing my 100+ push-ups every day, at least once a day, well into my 90s. That's the plan, people. That's the plan. So yesterday I didn't do what I was hoping I would do, but I didn't do bad. My first of 3 sets of push-ups yesterday was 225. That's a single set. Push them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 225. The second set was 160. I could have done more than that set, but just there's a little click that goes in your brain that says, I'm done. And when that click goes, I'm done. If you don't battle it with no, you're not, keep pushing them out, stay in rhythm, keep counting. Then at 160, that's not bad. I mean, most adults of any age, most adult males of any age would be incredibly proud to do 160 push-ups in a single set. But for me, that was a little shameful because I wanted to do 250. But I had already done 225. So I did a third set of, I think the third set was 85. So the total for the yesterday, I did here, I wrote it down. Three sets of push-ups, 225, 160, and the third set was an additional 65. Now, 65 push-ups is like, that's nothing. 65 push-ups is nothing. So those added up to 450 for the day. That's not a bad day. I'm supposed to be doing 500 per day. So come on, focus, man, focus. Food is nature's most perfect anti-aging medicine. You can do it. Everything I'm doing, I promise you, you can do it. And my weight. I'm on my detox fast. I weighed myself this morning. I didn't do my weight like I normally do it, but I know it is under 150 pounds. I'm supposed to be at 145. That's my ideal. So after the olive oil flush, I'll be 145. So we go forward, ever forward. Stick with me, everybody. This is going to be your beneficial pathway as well. So if I take a little tangent and talk about myself, I don't mean to be boasting or bragging. I want to be encouraging. I want to encourage you to step up and do your absolute best as well. So flickering in the background, I don't know what that's about. But we're going to just continue to do the best we can with what we've got, always striving to do better as we get more resourceful. And that flickering, I know what that's about. That's my camera acting funny. Real quickly, let me see if I can reset the camera in the background. And hopefully that will stop it from flickering. Continue. Right now, we're going to the section of the book entitled Foods That Fight Cancer. In December 2024, I published this book, the book, Living Superfood Solutions, Dietary Strategies that Prevent and Reverse Common Chronic Disorders. Now, here, wait a minute. Let me figure out what I did and get my picture back. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. We are back again. I published this book, Living Superfood Solutions, Dietary Strategies that Prevent and Reverse Common Chronic Diseases. That book looked at 22. This book looked at 22 common chronic disorders impacting society, causing the majority of disease-related health and financial burdens. I included the cancer pandemic as one of these focused analyses. And let me just real quickly figure out how to stop it from flickering. I don't know what that's about right now, so I'm turning off some programs in the background. Let me free up a little bit of memory and see if that's what's causing this thing to flicker. That book Living Superfood Solutions, looked at 22 common chronic diseases impacting society, causing the majority of disease-related health and financial burdens. I included the cancer pandemic as one of these focused analyses. Within that lengthy report were included some of the themes expanded upon in A Year Against Cancer. Now, right now, I am really getting kind of disturbed, a little PO'd about this flickering. I'm going to switch cameras and see if this can correct that problem. From there, let's go to the integrated camera. And hopefully, I think that should solve the issue. Let me just move myself down in place. There we go. A little different camera quality. That's okay. In fact, this poor camera quality makes me look like O.J. Simpson, so I guess that's not okay. Going forward, a year within that lengthy report were included some of the themes expanded upon and required for this book, A Year Against Cancer. These themes included point A, shocking epidemiological trends across history. B, known or suspected causes of cancer, contrasting genetic versus environmental stressors. C, reconsidering cancer as a metabolic syndrome. D, the Warburg effect of anaerobic energy mutation. Anaerobic energy cellular mutation. And point E, how food and nutrition, especially living superfood, could help to avoid or even reverse a cancer challenge. I'm immensely proud of living superfood solutions and the spectrum of diseases that we know are influenced by dietary lifestyle, and for which the specific validation for nutrition solutions is impressive. I did my best to be as thorough for all 22 disorders covered as needed to bring resolution to these chronic diseases. 22 of them, people. I think you should plan on being a beneficiary of the intensity of this research that your brother has produced. Next subchapter, increasing research highlights dietary solutions to the crisis. The science validating this research on the healing quality of a well-arranged dietary lifestyle is impressive. Let's share a few examples. First example, article entitled Combining or Combination for Preventing Breast Cancer. Combination for preventing breast cancer. Mushrooms and green tea are both great in their own right, but combining them only boosts their cancer fighting qualities. In 2009, a group of scientists observed around 1,009 Chinese women between the ages of 20 to 87 with histologically confirmed breast cancer. They found that the women who consumed mushrooms and green tea daily had a reduced risk by 89% of breast cancer. That's indeed a big difference. By adding green tea and mushrooms to the diet, both of which are widely available in India, women can significantly bring down the risk of cancer. I cite the reference for that. This is from an article entitled Mushrooms and Green Tea. A great combination for preventing breast cancer. That from Sanjaya Raghavan, October 16th, 2017. And I didn't cite the source of that article, so let me just highlight that. I'll find that article and cite the magazine or the journal reference. But that was a journal reference. Next article listed is entitled, We Have Been Hearing More About the Tropical Fruit Tree Soursop Graviola Leaves as a Powerful Natural Cancer Therapeutic with no reported side effects. Here's the citation. How to use the leaves of soursop to kill cancer cells 1,000 times stronger than chemotherapy. The soursop plant, or graviola, is shown for its healing abilities, especially in the case of bacteria and parasite-caused infections such as leishmaniasis, herpes, and even cancer. It can also be used against coughs and to stimulate vomiting and empty the bowels. It's even been known to have relaxing and soothing effects in some people. Regarding cancer prevention, the plant is rich in phytochemicals which give the leaves its powerful anti-cancer properties. There was even a study published in the journal Cancer Letters which explored the effects of graviola treatment in pancreatic cancer patients. The results showed that in the patients who took graviola supplements, the pancreatic tumor cells stopped proliferating and even started to die off. According to research, this amazing natural remedy can help in the prevention and treatment of various types of cancer, including skin cancer, if applied topically. Next, we talk about bee pollen and royal jelly. Bee pollen is loaded with highly nutritional substances which include 10 amino acids, 15 minerals, and 15 vitamins, I should say, and 10 minerals, as well as numerous nutraceuticals such as antibodies against E. coli and other microbes. Qualifying, let me just insert this, qualifying as a true superfood as well, bee pollen, qualifying as a true superfood as well, bee pollen contains human growth stimulating substances. Royal jelly is made for the consumption of the bee queen, whose body is expected to produce far beyond the capabilities of worker bees. According to research in the Gerson therapy, royal jelly, quote, is exceptionally rich in hormones, 20 amino acids, sugars, acetylcholine, DNA, RNA, fatty acids, gelatin, collagen, gamma globulin, antibiotics, and B vitamins, plus vitamins A, C, and E, close quote. That was from the Gerson therapy. And next, I have the subcategory, and let me just double check. Do I have any listeners checking in on me? I don't want to leave you behind by any means necessary. Nobody talking to me, but I know you love me because I love you too. So we're going forward. Living Superfood Solutions for Prevention and Reversal. This shared list from Living Superfood Solutions should be quite useful for this current publication as well. Here are 10 of the best antioxidant-rich foods accessible in the U.S. diet. These include, number 1, blueberries, packed with antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, which help reduce oxidative stress. 2, dark chocolate contains high levels of flavonoids, which have been linked to heart health benefits. 3, artichokes, rich in chlorogenic acid, which may help reduce the risk of certain chronic diseases. Pecans, number 4, a good source of healthy fats and antioxidants that can help lower cholesterol and help lower the bad cholesterol, I should say. while increasing HDL, the good cholesterol. Number 5, strawberries. High in vitamin C and anthocyanins, which can help reduce inflammation. And I'm on a strawberry week. I went to the grocery store on Wednesday as my fruit and vegetable day, and they had like 4 boxes of strawberries for $5. I think it was $1.25 for a nice, big, good-looking box of strawberries. Big crop coming up, I believe, out of Mexico. So I loaded up on 4 boxes of strawberries, and so I've been in strawberry heaven this week. Raspberries, number 6, they contain a variety of antioxidants, including quercetin and ellagic acid. Number 7, kale, loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, magnesium, and chlorophyll, as well as antioxidants like lutein and beta carotene. Kale, love it. That's the super green of the class of greens. Number 8, red cabbage. This popular cruciferous vegetable contains anthocyanins and vitamin C, which help to protect cells from damage. From oxidative damage. Number 9, beans. While all beans are nutrient dense, kidney and black beans are particularly high in antioxidants and fiber. Number 10, spinach. Rich in vitamins and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are beneficial for eye health. And here, bear with me, what is happening here? Yeah, my header. Let me just real quickly go in and double click and correct my header. Yeah, it was there. I don't know what that was about. Okay, where we at? It jumped around. Oh, I must have hit the wrong button and it went to the end of the book. So we're talking about superfoods solutions for prevention. Okay, going forward. I might further highlight ellagic acid, ELLAGIC acid, found in berries and nuts, which is a potent anti-cancer compound that inhibits tumor growth, reduces DNA damage, and induces apoptosis in cancer cells. When consumed in its natural state of foods, ellagic acid has no listed side effects. Here are some foods that are particularly high in ellagic acid. They include raspberries, strawberries, pomegranates, oh yeah, cranberries, blackberries, grapes, especially dark seeded varieties like muscadine, walnuts, pecans, chestnuts. Including these foods in your daily diet can help you benefit from ellagic acid's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. This serves as a core example of food as nature's most perfect medicine. Let us continue. We are in the book. The book is entitled A Year Against Cancer with Living Superfood Solutions. It's coming along really good. My cover art is shaping up. I'm getting down to the point I think we can finally see the last 4 or 5 days of writing. My intention has always been to get this collection of books done before our 90 days to write and publish your book classroom window is closed. It began January 18. In December, I had just released 2 books, Living Superfood Solutions and Disaster Preparedness for World Wars 5 and 6. I had to complete those before the end of 2024 because I had not written any books in all of 2024. And at the end of the year, I said, wait a minute, man, this ain't you. I did 10 books in 2023, and I told myself, stop writing until the people start buying. Well, luckily for me, as I published those next two books to do it for 2024, people started buying the books again. And recently, I knock on wood, people have started buying books again. There's something going on in the background. I think people are scared and they're looking for tangible solutions. And that's what my books offer. So now that people are buying books again, I'm going to see if I can match or exceed that 6 books published in a 90-day window. So in that 90-day window so far, I've got Stem Cell Revolution, Quantum Advancement. I've got The African Future and Standard Omission. 4 done already in the 90-day window. This one will be the 5th, and I have as many as 1 or 2 others that I could smash and get in that window. I think I'm going to make that. I really am. And then I had another book jump up. Somebody suggested, man, you need to write a book called Chewicide. And I said, you know something? You're right. I need to write Chewicide the book. I have Chewicide the movie. Now we need Chewicide the book. So there is a likelihood that one could be squeezed in by April 18th. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Do you believe your brother can make it? Let me just say this much. I see you in the house. Stray Godzilla 22. This is Ronan. And Ronan, what a joy to hear you. What is your take on cashew fruit? I got 2 right in front of me. Cashew fruit, I'm taking your meaning cashew nuts, which some could consider cashew a fruit. It's a tree nut. But cashew fruit, I don't know. Are you talking about cashew fruit? Because people don't eat the cashew's outer hull. It's just the nut. The outer hull can be really toxic. But cashews, I like cashews. I like organic, raw cashews. I'm about to make a cashew dish today. I'm going to make, Ronan, I'm going to make eggless egg salad. My eggless egg salad is the bomb. It really is awesome. Everybody says, man, this tastes like eggs. I said, yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it's eggless egg salad. So you be a billionaire in China. Let's be honest. You know, I'm hoping to be a billionaire in Naira. Why not? I would love to be out of the pressure of struggling like so many households are doing, just struggling, living month to month, hand to mouth. But when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, and information, Brother Ronan, yes, let's be billionaires in wisdom and knowledge and practical information. And we're going to do the best we can to give our people real, workable, tangible solutions. I know, Brother Ronan, you're feeling what I'm saying. He said, I'm on the Philippines with the real veggies. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I know you've been in the Philippines for some time. Congratulations to you. And let's stay in contact. I don't know if you are on WhatsApp, but if you are on WhatsApp, I'll can you email me? Email me. Let's get in contact. Email me. Email Keedy at chefkeedy.com and let's communicate. I appreciate love that, man. And congratulations on escaping the matrix. Your timing couldn't have been any better. It's getting crazy over here. And it's threatening to get even crazier every week. So congratulations, Brother Ronan. I'm not mad at you. I'm glad at you. That's what I'm talking about. Next subchapter, culinary herbs that fight cancer. referring to a book from the mid 2010s, Transforming Soul Food. Chapter 4 of the book featured 40 of my favorite culinary herbs with specifics about their healthy benefits. Let's revisit that broad subject briefly as we focus on cancer prevention and natural therapy. And here, this is just a couple. Here, let me grab the book. A book was Transforming Soul Food for the Body, Mind, and Spirit. And it's supposed to be right here on this, in this pile. And where is it? It's not right here. I can actually step into the library and be right back. With a copy of Transforming Soul Food for the Body, Mind, and Spirit. I keep stashes of books around the house, so when we have our monthly feasts, I have one stash out there for people who want to get them. But here we talk about my favorite culinary herbs and spices. Let me just introduce this chapter, and then I'm going to pick out just a few of these relative to our topic today of preventing cancer. Here is what I say, introducing my favorite culinary herbs and spices. What makes the difference between a bland dish and a spectacular culinary experience? Most often it is the use of culinary spices and herbs. Aroma, texture, and taste are the goals of master chefs to engage their diners in the most enjoyable experience possible. The deft use of herbs and spices across a vast spectrum of plant-based ingredients has been a hallmark of my experience as an award-winning vegan chef. It would take weeks or months to completely convey the techniques that I use to make magical dishes. I'll do my best herein to inspire you to explore the use of culinary herbs and spices to liven up your healthy cuisine. The Japanese culture has a word, umami, meaning deliciousness, that describes 5 specific tastes that one's taste buds are tuned into. These are salty, sweet, bitter, sour, and savory. Equally, the culinary experience is highly determined by the texture of the foods we consume. These various textures are smooth, lumpy, chewy, crispy, crumbly, crunchy, hard, tough, fibrous, grainy, and sticky. Well-crafted dishes can contain more than one of these tastes and textures, thus adding to a complex tasting experience. Skipping. Once a year on the first Saturday of September, I conduct the annual Living Super Feast. This is the largest of my prepared meals of the year, and each year I strive to set my new record for menu items presented. The first year I did the Living Super Feast, I did put 24 dishes on the table. 24 is like average now for the monthly Super Feast. 22 of which were raw vegan. Toward increasing the number each subsequent year, my highest single meal record is 44 menu items as of the writing of this book. Now it's 54. I suspect that this is some regional or world record for a single chef, single meal presentation. When the chefs show off, that is a place where you want to be. Over my lifetime, I have adored food from Thailand, India, the Caribbean, Central America, and most of all, Ethiopia. I am profoundly fond of vegan dishes from these regions. Over the decades, since discovering the indigenous foods from these equatorial zones, I have turned my taste towards these unique food cultures. As well, part of my secret is that I do not like boring food. I am far from timid when it comes to spicing food. Rather than rely on the American staples of salt and pepper, I prefer to be bold and adventurous by using a broad spectrum of culinary herbs and spices. Also, I grow a range of fresh culinary herbs in my garden available throughout the year. I just replanted my culinary herbs about 3 days ago, and they will be available for harvesting coming this next weekend. Next Saturday is our first Saturday feast of April. So here is a list of my favorite culinary herbs and spices with a brief description of each. I'm using the online resources of Healthline and Wikipedia for most of these descriptions, and I have a whole bunch of them. I'm going to read from the upcoming book and the chapter I just started, and then I'm going to flip back and forward between that and the book. Culinary herbs that fight cancer. Fenugreek, a naturally occurring edible spice as an anti-cancer agent. In summary, fenugreek seeds possess potent anti-cancer properties. The potential to differentiate between the malignant and H-TERT immortalized or primary prostate cells is a function of the crude extract and is not its individual components like diosgenin. In fact, the therapeutic window provided by the whole crude extract is lost when some of its individual components are used. This effect may not be limited to prostate cells in that potent anti-tumor effect of Fe are also seen in a panel of pancreatic and breast cancer cell lines. Now, I should say this brief on fenugreek appeared in a peer-reviewed journal. This brief on fenugreek seeds appeared in a peer review journal. There we go. And let me just verify that I have the reference for that, because that's got to be done right. Reference number 25, fenugreek, a naturally occurring edible spice as an anti-cancer agent, written by Shabana Shabir et al. From Cancer Biology Therapy, May 16, 2011. So yes, that is what I'm talking about. Example, classic example of what I'm talking about. Food as medical therapy verified by peer review science. Now, let me go to this book. And did I include fenugreek as one of my 40 favorite culinary spices? Let me see. Fenugreek, number 19. This extraordinarily powerful culinary and medicinal herb has ancient roots. In ancient Egypt, in Kemet, it was found within the young pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb, aka King Tut, as well as ancient Roman, Greek, Indian, Galilean, and Hebrew cultures. It is a staple in many exotic food cultures across Eurasia, including Turkish, Persian, Eritrean, and Ethiopian cuisine. Raw fenugreek seeds have an unpleasant bitterness, but present the healthiest form. Dry roasting the seeds before grinding reduces bitterness. This powerful seed herb is loaded with powerful nutrients, including carbohydrates, protein, low in fat, calcium, magnesium, iron, and other micro minerals, B vitamins, a source of powerful amino acids, and dietary fiber. Health benefits of fenugreek include improving the ratio of good to bad cholesterol, HDL over LDL, facilitating weight loss by cutting fat and reducing appetite, reducing muscle pain, combating fever, helping in digestion, resolving sexual problems including low libido and erectile dysfunction, and relieving menstrual cramping. To top all of that, fenugreek aids in lowering blood sugar levels, thus combating diabetes and lowering blood pressure. Because it is said to mimic the effect of estrogen hormones, it is reported to safely and naturally stimulate the growth of breast tissue, making for firmer, bigger, and fuller breasts. Using medicinally in high doses, fenugreek does generate warnings of a risk of diarrhea, upset stomach, gas, headache, and dizziness. There is no known fatality associated with fenugreek, but it is not recommended for medicinal use in pregnant women. People taking diabetes and high blood pressure medicine are cautioned against excessive use of medicinal fenugreek. It can combine with those drugs to cause too low levels of blood sugar and pressure. That is fenugreek, number 19 from my book. Now, let me just do this real quick, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I have to open up the book. Here, let me just open this book here real quickly. Oh, I'll just make a note to myself to insert, note to self, insert number 19 from Transforming Soul Food. Okay, so that is what I will do then. And with that insert, I'll be able to show, let me show a contrast. Contrast from this peer review article and my own explanation from Transforming Soul Food. Okay, so going forward, that takes us to the end of the chapter so far. And I did do the fenugreek, but while I'm on it, I'm on a roll. Let me see if I can find the word cancer in these various ones. And these are all great. Let me go to several of our favorites. Ginger, number 21. This powerful culinary medicine has more than 5,000 years of documented use in Chinese and Indian food cultures, with the Chinese sage Confucius reporting to consume ginger with every meal. Ginger has been used to treat a spectrum of ailments and as a food flavoring agent. Few people would argue against the idea that ginger is the king of all healthy culinary spices. A member of the Zingiberaceae family, which includes turmeric and cardamom, ginger was a highly valued component of the spice trade that brought Asian herbs to the Mediterranean and European regions. Today, India produces nearly a third of as many as 3 million tons of ginger used globally. In my living superfood kitchen, ginger is king. It is a great source of healthy carbohydrates, dietary fiber, protein, vitamins B2, riboflavin, B3, niacin, B6, pyroxidine, B9, folic acid, and C, ascorbic acid, along with the minerals iron, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc. The gingerol in this root bulb supplies a powerful non-toxic food medicine to combat muscle and joint pain, cold and flu symptoms, stomach pains and indigestion, morning sickness, nausea and diarrhea, anti-diabetic, menstrual cramps, anti-inflammatory, combats rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, reduces the risk of cancer, fights overweight and obesity, great for cardiovascular health, boosts the immune system, maintains skin integrity, and it helps to protect against neurodegenerative diseases. The bottom line is that we should strive to include fresh and powdered ginger in our nutrition several times a day. I could write an entire chapter just on ginger as a powerful staple of healthy vegan soul food adventure. Wow. Ginger is awesome. Another of our favorites is curcumin, which is found in turmeric. That's number 39 of the 40. These are in alphabetical order. Is anybody out there? Stray Godzilla 22, he says, oh, I was also introduced, I've been eating mung beans and kimchi. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. He said, your ingredients obviously reduce stress, being the stress is an ingredient of cancer. So very true. Important point you make. I was also introduced to a kimchi containing cucumber, jicama, and kimchi seasoning. Fantastic. How much salt do you eat? I minimize salt. We do need sodium on a regular basis. And of course, sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, Hawaiian black salt, these are all much better, much better than the iodized processed salt that many people commonly consume that's so cheap. It's a toxic chemical at that point. How much do I consume on a daily basis? I try not to consume, say, any more than a half a teaspoon. Maybe if I like making soups and stir fries, like when I'm doing the complex meals, I make 30 different dishes, and many of them will have salt in them. Like today, I'm going to be making eggless egg salad. That has a half a teaspoon of salt in it, but that serves about 10 servings, so that half a teaspoon is diluted in at that point. I like a cup of hot chocolate at the end of the day, and I will put a little bit, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of salt in my hot chocolate. But and I'm very proud to say that it's been a while since I've been using my blood pressure cuff. So I brought my blood pressure cuff out yesterday and was really, really proud of my blood pressure readings. I do my blood pressure reading about 8 or 10 times in a row. And while I'm doing deep breathing exercises, that helps to stabilize and lower the blood pressure. If I do it immediately after finishing the show, because there's so much of an intensity I put into pushing the words out, pushing the ideas out, my blood pressure is pretty high at the end of a show. So I have to have daily routines and techniques to deliberately lower my blood pressure. I also pulled out my supplements, and I've pulled up this list yesterday. I can actually read to you the list I pulled up. This is off the subject of a year against cancer, but I thought that this was wonderfully useful. I pulled out and I said, create me a list of supplements that reduce blood pressure. Let me see if I still have that up. Best supplements to lower blood pressure. I'm going to share that with you, Brother Ronan. Since you're the only one talking to me, you need to know this. Write down this list if you can. You can always listen back and write these down. Several supplements may help support healthy blood pressure levels. However, it is important to consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking medications. And I cannot overemphasize that point. If you are on hypertension, high blood pressure medicines, don't do this on your own without consulting that physician who prescribed you that medicines, because they pay high levels of insurance to cover what errors you might make while using their medications. I cannot overemphasize that point. But here's what a natural regime with no medications would encompass. Number one, omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil. Omega-3s may help reduce blood pressure and improve heart health. I get mine from flaxseed, from flax or hemp seed oil. Number two, coenzyme Q10. This antioxidant has been shown in some studies to lower blood pressure, particularly in people with hypertension. Number three, magnesium. This mineral plays a role in blood pressure regulation, and supplementation may help lower blood pressure in those who are deficient. Potassium. Increasing potassium intake can help balance sodium levels and may help lower blood pressure. I get mine from bananas. Next, garlic extract. I use fresh garlic, but garlic extract is excellent. Studies suggest garlic supplements can have a modest effect on lowering blood pressure, and that's the allicin in the garlic. Beetroot juice, rich in nitrates. Beetroot juice may help improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. Also is good for combating erectile dysfunction. L-arginine. This amino acid may help improve blood vessel function and lower blood pressure. Hibiscus tea, I'm going to make some of that immediately after the show. While not a supplement in the traditional sense, hibiscus tea, also known as Jamaica in Spanish culture or sorrel in island culture, has been shown to have blood pressure lowering effects, especially when you make it low glycemic. Don't be like my Jamaican cousins who put all that sugar in the sorrel, too much sugar. No, sugar, it negates the beneficial benefits of sorrel to a great extent. Vitamin D, some research suggests a link between the sun vitamin D levels, and high blood pressure. Though more research is needed, now that my garden is in place, I am going to do my 15 minutes or more of sitting in the sun every day, just meditating and breathing and watching the plants grow. Fiber supplements, soluble fiber, may help improve heart health and have a positive effect on blood pressure. And also another one that I use is natto kinase, N-A-T-T-O kinase. Let me just real quickly tell you about that. You probably never heard. What about natto kinase? Does natto kinase lower blood pressure? I'm asking that of Brave search engine. And does natto kinase lower blood pressure? Yes. Natto kinase, which is an enzyme, and I'm supplementing with that right now, derived from Japanese fermented soybean dish natto, has been shown to help lower blood pressure. Research suggests that it can reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, particularly in individuals with hypertension. This effect is thought to be due to its ability to improve blood flow and prevent blood clots, thrombosis, by breaking down fibrin, a protein involved in clotting. However, more research is needed to fully understand its effectiveness and safety. It is 100% safe. No known negative side effects from natto kinase supplements or from the food. So let me just copy that into this list that I put together about mechanisms for lowering blood pressure. And I hope you see this to be advantageous. Magnesium, potassium, coenzyme Q10, garlic extract, all of these things. Yes, 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 yes. And I also, was it day before yesterday, I planted some garlic in my garden too. I'm going to probably plant some more garlic. I got a bunch of stuff in my garden, and it's just the little sprouts are just popping up above the soil. I took a picture of it, yesterday or day before yesterday, and they were so tiny. The little sprouts were so tiny that it made it look like the garden was just full of big wood sticks. But that was just the mulch around these little tiny little things. So after 2 days, they popped up, and we started to see now about 8 or so of the 40 different beds I planted had new seedling growth. I'm expecting to see that double by today. And gardening is something, as I hope you can tell, gives me an immense amount of pleasure, an immense amount of pleasure. I cannot deny that whatsoever. So in the house, we are about to wrap it up. Beets versus pomegranate, your thoughts? Beets and pomegranate, both of them. Love them to life, especially if the beets are organic. The overwhelming majority of the sugar beets grown in the United States are genetically engineered to tolerate high levels of glyphosate in Monsanto's Roundup. So that makes the sugar beet industry terribly compromised. And most of the sugar is from sugar beets. Most of the sugar beets genetically engineered, so you figure. So pomegranate, Man, that's like asking me to choose between two of my beautiful three daughters, between three of my daughters. I can't choose any one as my favorite. They're all wrap around my arms just perfectly. So yes, beets and pomegranate. Let me see if they can be combined. I've never combined beets and pomegranate. Quite distinctive flavors. Both of them are a little bit strong, but it may be, you may have hit on something there. Let me check that out and see if it works. I also see cucumber and lemon in chilled water. Yeah, I do that for our detox fast. We have cucumber water, we have lemon or lime water we serve. I will serve many times, I guess I should do it this time, the master cleanse, which is lemon, cayenne, and maple syrup and water. And he says, great show as always. We do the best we can to do the best we can. I'm going to begin to wrap it up right now. I just see you reminded me of the time. Let me just quickly, a couple more excerpts from Living Super, no, from Transforming Soul Food for the Body, Mind, and Spirit. And this book is available in digital download. I don't know if you have an Amazon in the Philippines. I don't think you do, but Amazon does carry my books around the world, wherever the Amazon stores are. Number 39, turmeric. Some people pronounce it turmeric. I have always pronounced it turmeric because it's spelled turmeric. An undeniable superstar of the superfoods that are the, quote, food and medicine of the future, unquote. Turmeric might be the biggest rival to ginger for the throne. The root of the flowering plant Curcuma longa. Turmeric is a species cousin of its powerful rival, ginger. The taste of turmeric is more subtle, warm, slightly bitter, and quite earthy. It is a common ingredient in the condiment mustard. It has a long history of use in Ayurvedic medicine and is one of the most studied food nutrients in the world today for a good reason. It contains numerous curcuminoid compounds and essential oils, in addition to substantial amounts of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and dietary minerals. Its highly studied health benefits include anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, supporting cardiovascular health, cancer treatment and preventive, improves brain function as it combats cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease, fights depression, relieves arthritis, and promotes longevity. Turmeric is a powerful superfood and should be consumed multiple times every day. It is often used as a health supplement and is absorbed into the bloodstream better when it is combined with black pepper, increasing absorption by 20 times. That is turmeric. And there's just so many others here that are our favorites. Just looking at which ones specifically for cancer prevention, whatever. Let me see. Sage. The benefits of using sage include but are not limited to high in antioxidants, good for oral health, helps to balance women's hormones, anti-diabetic, supports memory, brain and cognitive health, cancer preventive, balances cholesterol, strong bones and teeth, gum health, helps to alleviate diarrhea and fights against aging symptoms like wrinkles. That's sage, another powerful nutraceutical. We had talked about the curcumin and mustard. This popular condiment, which I'm actually growing mustard in the garden, is usually made from the seeds of the mustard plants or, oh, I was just talking about the species names. I'll skip that. Although there are numerous varieties of mustard that are popular around the world, most often the seeds are cracked and mixed with water, vinegar, lemon juice, salt, sugar, and other ingredients, including the powerful culinary herb turmeric. Mustard seeds are highly nutritious, containing calcium, iron, manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, and selenium minerals, along with dietary fiber, niacin, and protein. The many benefits of mustard include aiding in digestion, lowers high blood pressure. It's anti-inflammatory, helps soothe bee stings, speeds up metabolism, inhibits cancer cell growth, and is good for various respiratory ailments such as sore throat, pneumonia, asthma, and bronchitis. As a good source of turmeric, the mustard condiment can be regarded as a superfood condiment as long as there is no excess of sugar, often a problem of commercially processed brands. And it goes on. I listed about 4 or 5 of these 40 of my favorite culinary herbs from this book. Not a large book, but it is loaded. It includes 25 of my favorite vegan soul food recipes. Number 22, this one's for you, brother. This one's for you, my brother. And sorry, your name just skips me right now. He said, I don't want to come back. I'll taste of change. And why am I saying? Brother Ronan, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. I blanked out there for a second. Brother Ronan, number 22 of my favorite vegan soul food dishes. Where are they at? Number 22 is not cheese pate. This is on the menu for this weekend. This cheese contains no dairy. Thus, there is no problem with the many conditions related to lactose intolerance. Contrary to the inflammation associated with dairy consumption, this recipe has anti-inflammatory ingredients such as garlic, lemon, turmeric, curry, and cayenne pepper. The net effect is that all of the taste and texture you want from a cheese spread, none of the risks of highly inflammatory dairy, and a powerful immune boost from the culinary herbs used. This sounds like a no-brainer, especially considering that it tastes just fantastic. All you need is a blender to make this dish. Into my Vitamix, I add the following ingredients. You will need to use your blender plunger to push the ingredients down onto the blades to get the right texture. It includes 1/2 cup soaked sunflower seeds, 1 teaspoon sea salt, 3 large cloves of garlic, finely minced before adding to the blender to avoid large chunks, the juice of 1 lemon, about 1/4 cup, 1 tablespoon turmeric, 1 teaspoon curry powder. I'm going to be heavier than 1 teaspoon of curry powder nowadays. And cayenne pepper to your taste, probably no more than 1/4 of a teaspoon. 1 tablespoon finely chopped rosemary or other fresh herbs, such as marjoram, oregano, chives, tarragon, dill, fennel herb, etc. Put all ingredients except for the fresh herbs into a food processor and grind to a smooth, fine consistency. Add the herbs and pulse until the herbs have been completely chopped but still retain their separate identity in the mix. Serve with crackers or veggie slices. This stores well over several days because of the number of antibacterial ingredients. And I will sometimes take this not cheese, and take thin slices of jicama root and then wrap them up and wrap the cheese up in these little jicama root slices, and makes this a wonderful, a perfect finger or toothpick hors d'oeuvre. It's just awesome. The book is called Transforming Soul Food for the Body, Mind, and Spirit. I was also referring to food lists from Living Superfood Solutions. And as well, I'm writing on the book, A Year Against Cancer. I do encourage you, my listening audience, to engage, to participate, to put these solutions into your life. I do see Basu Randa in the house on Rumble. Uja Babakiti, we love you, checking in and really enjoying this topic and lesson. I know you would particularly love this one. And Brother Gus is in the house, valuable information for our community. Perhaps some strong graphics can bring it all home for those who do not have a scientific background. When I teach the classes, I will take these books and make these into PowerPoint and use the graphics. I would love to incorporate graphics into my show. I do not have the time for that. I struggle every morning to get all the stuff done to do a daily show. I will put out a promotional graphic, which if you go to my Facebook page, which is probably about the best page, you're going to be able to see the graphic. I'll show you the graphic I put out for today's broadcast. Let me just show this. But yeah, it's a good idea, good strong graphics, but I would need to be 4 people. Right now, I need to be 3 people to do what I do. I would need to be 4 people. I cannot take another task on, Brother Gus. I swear. It would be different if I didn't have to struggle all day long just to find the money and pay the bills. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do. I'm not the only one out here struggling. But, yeah, it's a good idea. No can do. But what I can do is just show you this is the promotion I put up for today's program, which includes some of those graphics. You'll see the book cover there. You see the pullout of the quote that I use for today's program. Every year, more medical and scientific evidence accumulates, revealing that we can take in as food, but what we take in as food has tremendous influence on whether we will develop cancer and whether we can cure it once malignant disease symptoms arise. So I don't want to at all dismiss what you're saying, Brother Gus. I cannot dismiss what you're saying. But I will tell you very honestly, I can't do it. It's too much. I have one other friend who's been taking 1-minute excerpts of what I do and putting it to graphics. And I love that he's doing that. I think he's doing a good job. But he's talking about 1-minute excerpts, and it's taken him a week or so to do each one. Now I have to prepare. Today I prepared a chapter in the book, and the chapter was, real quickly, I'm just going to grab this whole chapter and show you what I did today. This is a lot of work. People don't realize. And part of the reason I'm able to do this amount of work is because I live this living superfood lifestyle, which gives me these advantages. So I just grabbed the whole chapter. I'm in Microsoft Word, and I'm going to do word count review. Today's report was 14 pages, 2,800 words. So 14 pages, 2,800 words, that's like a tenth of a book. Now this book is right now more than a tenth of a book. This book is right now at, how many pages is it? Real quickly, once again, review, word count for the book. Oops, not that. This. Word count. The book is 165 pages, 34,481 words. And if we include text boxes, footnotes, and endnotes, it's 35,284 words. So that's a lot. It's a lot of work, Brother Gus. I appreciate you, man. I know you're working hard. And I'm considering putting out another book, kind of squeezing this one in and making that book one of the 8.5 by 8.5 books where I use graphic art in those books, a lot of graphic art. I love doing that. I really do. I love the graphics. I love assembling the graphics, editing the graphics, making new graphics. I'm using AI now to make graphics. I love doing all of that, but 2 problems. One, it's so time consuming that I don't get a chance to do a lot of research and writing. And number 2, the books are expensive. To put out a book with full color graphics in it, my profit margin goes way down unless I make the book really expensive, and that's kind of against my rules. So I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're in the house, Brother Gus. I feel better always when you and Basuranda and Ronan and others, and Guvu and many others get a chance to give your feedback, your input. That makes me, for me, a much more higher quality show. And for those who do not have a science background, here's the thing, Brother Gus. For those who do not have a scientific background, oops. Isn't this world? Didn't Marcus Garvey tell us in the 1920s that the world is more and more organized by science? And he said, get up to it, African people. Otherwise, you will be squashed. I'm paraphrasing. You'll be left behind. And Marcus Garvey was right. So for me, increasing the scientific background, I have a 50-year science background, but I increase it every day by as much as I can tolerate. I will produce the show. I'll listen to me talk during the show, and then I'll listen back to the show later in the day, and throughout the week I'll replay it. I'll replay everything on Saturdays. Some days when I'm just chilling in the evening, mellowing out, I'll put on the show and listen to it again. So that scientific background that you have, brother, that I have, Basuranda Rona, that we have cultivated because we worked hard for it, you're right. It's escaping the masses of people who are, oh, I almost cussed. I don't cuss. I'm not going to cuss, Gus. But they're getting screwed over by the system. They are really getting it reamed. They're getting reamed by the medical pharmaceutical drug complex, the TV commercials advertising those things, and the whole system, the regulatory agencies that are not regulating things and keeping the people healthy. It's about to get crazy. So Gus, do your best to encourage those beautiful students that you're around to don't make the mistake that their parents and grandparents' generation made by just giving science over to a few narrow interested people. Now it's been taken over by these billionaire geeks and their crews. Oh, that's a whole nother subject. I'm going to get out of that one right now. What a joy, what a day, what a beautiful day. Make sure everybody out there hit the like button. There's nothing wrong with letting the algorithms know that you appreciate what your brother is doing. There's nothing wrong with letting me know that you appreciate what your brother is doing, because that's why I work this hard. And yeah, it is a lot of work. I would love to just kick back and chill. It's too late for that. I am all the way in this for life. And that's why you tune into your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are livinginblack.com. The books are available. I mentioned several of the books. You can get the books mentioned today, and I encourage you to do so. Get the books mentioned today at http://keidi.biz/CRP2012. Do get the books mentioned today. Join the revolution. Become a teacher. You can use my books, and you can take them out there and you can teach. You can form study groups. You can use these as a basis for organizing people who are about it, action. People who are serious. They will not be left behind. So tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own now. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are livinginblack.com. And get the books mentioned today. You will not regret it. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.